So every stream or activity will have multiple elements. Elements are the pieces with which actually the stream is made or activity is made. So those we are calling it here as fragments. Fragments means pieces. All the pieces put together you create a puzzle. Similarly, all fragments put together to create an activity. Right? So for example, a UI placeholder, where you image placeholder, where you can see an image, is a fragment. Right? Fragment is a small piece. Where you have text box, where you can actually enter something, search box, search button. All these are fragments in which to create an activity. Okay, all them put together is an activity or a stream. Then you have different services which are actually background operations which you have. There's backend, which are written in Java. Then you have broadcast receivers or event handlers. Discuss that more in detail later. But where multiple things happen when you click on something. So that will be taken care by broadcast handlers. Then you have data providers, which connects to database or which connects to API, external API. For example, I have to have a login for my app. So there are different ways to do that. One is you log in with your username password which is specific to the app. Or these days, no, everybody don't have any patience. I can't remember 15 usernames, I can't remember 15 password. But my work should be done. Okay, so demand, any demand which comes from the users, we need to handle. So they wish is our fun, right? Customer wish is company's work, right? Customer is what? Customer is key. So what they do is they integrate with third-party logins like Google, single sign-on, always which we also call as meta signing. So these are not part of your application. So they are something which are provided by third-party entities, third-party companies. So you have to integrate them. So they are also kind of data sharing or content providers. So what they will give, they give you the username of a particular person and that particular person's name or photo. Right? Whenever you sign in, actually it says Google want to the app want to share questions. Yes. So whenever you are logging in through this Google sign on, Google will tell you, will inform you what details that particular app is asking. You should be very vigilant when you are saying hello. Sometimes we will be speaking to your friend and then hello, give everything. Or you are in hurry, you need 3,000 rupees. You got a loan app. Do you want to give hello to all your contacts? Yes. Don't do it. Right? Because then what they will do is they will send message to all your friends saying that this person has borrowed 3,000 rupees from our company, cannot repay, blah blah blah. Right? And then that will take us to problem. So data privacy is very important. Especially when we have a student, it will be very big. And when we are learning apps, we should be understanding all this. So these are all the parts of Android application. So the other route is try to listen to me, even though the screen is not coming. So let us understand what is meant by simulator or simulator, and why do we need it? Okay, why especially during Android app application or any kind of app application? while an application, why do we need or why do we use simulator or emulator? So simulator, for example, I'm going to start because we have this because the new initiative Startup India. So I thought, okay, I mean, for example, even though I'm not a millennium, and then my workplace is one. So what I want to start is I want to start a Boeing kind of company. You know, the recent accidents which happened. The kind of struggle India made to get the reality outside of the incident is huge. We can't open any black box ourselves in our country, even though the accident happened in our country. We are the people who want to know the truth. The black box has to be opened in US. It's not a good sign. And this company is also of the origin of the same country. So we don't know whether reality comes or not. I'm not guessing anything, but it's not a good thing. Right? So what I thought is, okay, let me start a Boeing kind of company or a jet kind of company in power. Because I like a lot of news from the government also, and this is a service for my client. And I am going to build a very big aeroplane. You know, cost of an aeroplane. If the insurance cost for an aeroplane is 120 crores or 240 crores, what will be the cost of the plane? Right? 300, 400 crores. One aeroplane. Slides, slides better, sir. Slides share చేస్తాను. Better షేర్ చేస్తాను. చెప్పండి ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి. ఈమెయిల్ మీ బిఎస్ ఓకే సార్ స్లైడ్ నెంబర్ 6 లో ఉన్నా. Okay. So I want to build and I want to build 400 crores. Now before the company which runs, for example, Spice it. So you can say I have manufactured a car. I don't know whether you will get a because your life is if you don't buy 1 lakh to 21 lakhs car, how will a company buy 400 crores of aeroplane? Right? Without any test. So it's a great thing. So you said, okay, let me test it. You took the aeroplane to beach and then you are testing it. It blew up 400 crores down. Will it be a good sign? Will I do that? No, I'll not be. So there will be kind of air tunnel test for this aeroplane. So there is a tunnel where there is an aeroplane will be fitted with a lot of sensors. Data point that we collect the data. Now I'll send the air. I'll send the air. I'll send the bill. So I'll send the air to different speeds and see how we okay. And then I'll capture all this information through all these sensors. And then I'll process it. And I'll see if there are limits or not. And finally, when I'm satisfied, then I will go for actual. Okay, so that I can save my money as well as the lives. they'll not be pilot who will come to my test drive. They say there are 50 chapters. You may or may not survive all. Right. Because if I tell the other workshop, right, no chapter, I don't know what is the chapter, you know, unconscious. Because I'm going to take workshop, not company. So similarly, we need to actually do some kind of simulation. Simulation test or simulator test. It is not the real. Okay, few real things will be replaced by forms. Okay, not real things. Okay. If I am walking, if I die, that is my style. If you do the same thing as or means it's not the reality. Okay. So similarly, if you replace some of the content using some alternate, then it is not as norm. So in simulator, so for now simplicity, we can say simulator clearly see there are slight differences, but for our students, okay, ECB is going to be an simulator. So I want to test my app on Redmi. I have a Redmi 9, but I also want to test on Oppo. Can I buy it? Because I said like I am believing it, I can buy it. But you can't buy it immediately, right? So similarly, if I want to test with different kinds of cameras, with my phones and all, so I'll show that we actually create a simulator. You can create whatever you want. So what we are going to do in the simulator is simulator we are going to use a real phone. For two things. One is I don't have only phones. Second thing is if I want to use the Android app or actually first I have to get an educate, then download it to my phone, and then so the number of steps I use will be more. So what I can do is instead of this, I will have a simulator. And then on the simulator I run whatever I want. If everything looks good, then I go on to do the same thing on my personal. Okay. So this is the use of simulator. So who will use simulators? Somebody has to give this simulator. Will not be me. So we use Android Studio for our Android development. So Android Studio, we have done any of the programming language. So you know IDE stands for integrated development. So when I started my career, I was from Linux background. I don't know Windows. Today also I was here set to use Microsoft Teams and all. And ultimately I did use it. Right. So when you come from Linux kind of background, you normally open Linux stream. You start. I used to go and write PA, right? And then I used to write it. And I was very happy with it. But then my TV was not happy. Because it is that you are able to do this much of work and you can do 3 times work. So after 1 hour, so after 1 year of both the parties, finally I moved to IT. So I started my career as a Java developer and concentrated Java programmer. Now it is so, but I am able to write code without a single spelling mistake, single syntax mistake, missing of the semicolon. But it is not possible for everyone. And even if it is not possible, it is not profitable. So we should use some kind of tools like IDE, which will help us in writing the program, which will do the auto corrections, auto fill, right? Give suggestions, and allows to compile, allows to run on the emulators for simulators in case of applications. So we are going to Android Studio as an idea for our workshop as well as for any other Android application. And as I told, in Android, we write Java. So we should be good at Java. So Java is a fully object-oriented programming. True or false? Java is a fully object-oriented programming. True or false? False. Why? Answer is false. Why? Because if you take int, I is small I, it's not an object. So there are still the order you can throw it out. String is an object. Boolean, small. Anything which starts with small letter, primitive. All are not objects. They don't have class. So there are still few things which are not objects and classes, which doesn't fit the criteria. So Java is not fully object oriented. So we are going to use Android Studio, and let us install that. So everybody in both the classes, go search the Google. Start your computer. Go search in the Google for Android Studio. Next slide, please. Go Hari. Search Android Studio and install. I hope everybody is able to follow. Not you. I will change the pro P. Search for Android Studio. So before the break, I was telling you about open source. I just want to extend few things on open source. So open source is a format where you develop your product. You give the product for free. You give the source code. This is the actual implementation for free. Right? So the biggest question which arises with any common person's normal person mind is how will the people who are developing this particular thing survive? Because if I go to buy a bill packet, they'll ask me 28, 37 rupees based on what is the bill packet. So how will you survive if you give something for free? So that's the same question everybody will have, still has in industry. How open source really works? So how open source works is, that's a global area where people thought that we should share everything for people. But the problem is, it's not easy because we share whatever we have for free, but somebody else, where we need something, they don't share. Right? So it didn't become really popular, this idea. Only few things came out of open source. Now actually very so how is it will happen? The corporates, which has a lot of money, will share some of the engineers for open source. So they are actually getting a salary. And whatever they are generating, that is being given as open source to the community by this company. Okay. Or when I have free time after my job, I got to do something. That is how actually open source. That's why whenever you are selecting any open source to use, first thing you need to see is the community size. If the community size is small, they're all brothers and sisters in the same family. If the family is divided, some kind of economic issues, they stop contributing to mutual fund. Right? So always whenever you're selecting any open source, whether it be like, for example, Python is a language which comes for free, you don't pay for Python. You don't pay for Java. So what happened to Java? The Java story. Java was initially run by Sun Microsystems. So later on, Sun Microsystems was bought by Oracle. So Oracle got the diamond rating by something to the. So that's how actually the Java development was stopped. Now, why Java is lagging behind in the Python outside? Because Java is not having much more libraries in artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, when compared to Python. So that is people are taking more Python or going to Python than Java. It's not because Java is bad or something. Because of the open source community, which is contributing the Java. But for Android, we don't have any other option. So download the Android app. Sorry, Android is just install it. In both the classes, download, install. Any questions?
Create a new project. Select the empty views activity. Name your application. Create a new project. Select empty views activity. Name your application. Select Groovy. Finish. Yes, run it. Now it should run. The Hello World application is running. Thank you.